The new expansion has just arrived for Minion Masters. Best Plan, No Plan, it's called. And today I thought I would just walk you through every change and all the new cards and stuff like that. Oh, all the new cards. There's only two, but that's pretty standard. That's more or less all you're getting with the new expansion, because the team who develops this game is pretty small, to be fair. So yeah, only two cards as usual. A legendary skin, bonus cards, and more. So and more would be just be like emotes and stuff like that. So yeah, best plan, no plan. First new card is the I don't really know how to say this word. Kisma Boomstick. I looked up what Kisma means, and I got a word in Spanish. It means gossip, and I also got a word that was chiasma, which is something to do with the brain, and it was a load of long words that I didn't understand. So that's I don't know what this word means. I'm presuming it's pronounced kisma, not chisma. I'm presuming that's a hard C, a k. But yeah, I don't know. If you know what this means, please comment, because I have no idea. So yeah, what this guy does anyway, he has impatient, which means if you have 4 mana or more, he will play himself in 7 seconds, I think. Yeah, he'll just play himself, jump out your hand, and into the battle, which doesn't sound too bad, but it is actually kind of stressful sometimes when you're trying to wait to play a spell or something, and then he's just trying to play himself. It is kind of stressful. So anyway, yeah, he launches 8 rockets in a circle, and then after he attacks, he gives himself fear, unless you have Scrap Swarm. But that's not good, because you actually want him to get fear, because then he's like a skirmisher from like Rome Total War or whatever. So he'll attack and then run away and then attack again, and it can be quite difficult to deal with him. I guess he's sort of like a cannon roller in that respect, where he just attacks and then he just runs/rolls away. So it's actually pretty decently SSL fear, so you might not want to have Scrap Swarm with him. I will quickly play a little like GIF or whatever as well of this attack, because I actually met him. I played a few matches this morning just to see if I could meet the new cards. And yeah, I'll play a small animation of him attacking, so you can see that for yourself now. And yeah, now we'll move on to War Dancers, which is considerably less popular than the Kisma Boomstick, because I didn't actually meet them this morning. I played a few matches, I didn't meet them at all. So anyway, yeah, these guys are a couple of fast-hitting, short-ranged fighters. Only 4 range, which is pretty small. I think Rekt has a range of 8. So yeah, that's like half his range. So there you go. That's a bit of a point of reference for you there. And yeah, I don't really have much to go on. I haven't seen them in game or anything like that. They have Mana Surge, just like all Crystal Elf cards, or most Crystal Elf cards. I don't really know. They're glass cannons, I guess. I suppose if you can get them like with a Troubadour or something, that might be good. Get them behind something big, you know. And they can hit ground and air though, which is really nice. I guess they're like Crystal Sentries in that respect. It's kind of odd that they're 4 mana. You will have to wait till you get to 10 mana to get Mana Surge, like to carry on after you play them. So that's something to bear in mind. So yeah, that's the new cards. Pretty decent. They're pretty okay. I will say that they probably shouldn't be focusing on these 2 factions, because both these factions are pretty fleshed out. They should probably try and make some new cards for Slither faction or the Outlander faction, that haven't got as much love and attention as the other factions have. Because Crystal Elf and Scrats as well are both very versatile and have like tanks, good ranged units, good in-betweener units. They have all sorts of units, so it's kind of weird that they chose to add to these 2 factions when there are other factions that are struggling a little bit. Like Slither. Slither is an underrated faction that doesn't get much attention. Anyway, so on to the card balance. So this is the one that people have been waiting for a while. The 2 Long brothers are getting nerfed slightly. This doesn't feel like a massive nerf, if I'm honest. So when you play a spell, they will remain in the little Netherrealm bit for 2 seconds rather than 1.5 seconds. Doesn't really feel like much of a nerf, to be honest. That's all really, but yeah, there you go. It's something, I guess. Vulture Prime as well has a shield cost of 25 scrap instead of 50. That's nice. That's pretty decent. I mean, the shield isn't that powerful anyway, so that's pretty good that it's only 25 scrap now. Malshar, this is a big one. Malshar is being nerfed where he can only give out stealth once to one minion, which is really good because that was really annoying when you'd meet like a Colossus stealth deck, and then, you know, it just go around stealthing so many minions and it'll be so hard to keep track of everything. So he's still going to be able to stealth Colossi, but he's not going to be able to stealth all sorts of creatures anymore, which is decent. I like that a lot. I think that's a really positive change. So he's still can do his thing, but not to the same extent as he used to. Jadespark Watchers up next. They only get 1 growth burst shroom instead of 2. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, growth burst shrooms are pretty randomized anyway, so the chances of you actually getting both shrooms was kind of, I wouldn't say it was like unlikely, but you know, chances are you wouldn't get 2 on the 2 monkeys in front. They would probably go to a Jadespark Flinger or something like that. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty good anyway. I do like that change because Jadespark Watchers are very powerful. This is an interesting new change as well. This is the Tantrum Throwers, or now really should be called the Tantrum Thrower because there are only 1 now. Unless your opponent has both bridges, he will only spawn as 1. But he now costs 2 instead of 3, so I guess there's that to make up for it. So I guess he's just going to be a less useful bridge control kind of guy now, which is a shame, I guess. But it's interesting. You can still like cast once bitten on this guy and stuff like that to get enraged werewolves. It's an odd change, but I guess it's pretty good. I guess they were just annoyed about Tantrum Throwers always being in the meta decks. Scrapyard up next as well. This is one I don't properly understand. I probably should have played Scrapyard before I did this, thinking about it. But yeah, what he does is he consumes all tech you have, and then produces 100 plus 1.5 times the scrap you consumed, and then in 5 ticks, 5 seconds apart. So it's to stop the scrapyard from instantly spawning with minions if you had over 100 scraps. So I guess it's kind of like, I think you do get a profit because it's 1.5 times, but it's just you have to wait a while for that to happen. 5 seconds. You have to wait a really long time actually for it to happen. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It sounds okay, but it's just a way of slowing down scrapyard decks, I guess. Next we have Valorian. This is the last major change that's happening in the game. So his basic attack is put from 40 to 45, which isn't really that much, but Empyrean cards no longer affect damage. So this is an attempt to make Valorian less restrictive in his deck building, which is fair enough. I mean, he was quite restricted, I guess, so yeah, a positive change, I suppose. And finally, here's a very, very minor change indeed. This is for the master cards that are no longer spells, their abilities, and that just stops the cards from interacting with Qiaolong and Jinglong. So pretty minor change really, but I guess if it nerfs Qiaolong and Jinglong a little bit, then it's probably positive in my eyes anyway. And then we have bug fixes, not really that important, not really that interesting really, so I won't really go through them, but you can pause the video now if you want to see. And yeah, there we go, that's everything. So, pretty decent expansion, not huge changes particularly. I was hoping that they would nerf the dragons a little bit more, to be honest. But we'll have to see. Maybe in the next expansion they will nerf them even more, because they are pretty annoying, to be honest. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Comment what you thought of the new expansion, and bye for now.